What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here. I'm bringing you yet another VR gameplay video. This time taking a look at yet another Vive title. And this one is actually a game that there is a demo available for it on the Steam store. So if you have a Vive, go ahead and check it out now. I don't know what the difference is between the demo and the full paid version. I do have the full paid version, so I don't know what all you give up, what all content you lose. But check this out, Cyberpong VR. So I do apologize for a couple things. One, the camera's focus in the bottom right on me, I didn't actually look at the screen when I initially started the recording. I think it started focusing on my hand, which was in front of the camera when I started it, and it just never refocused on me. I don't know why, because it's supposed to. But and then I also apologize for the actual gameplay. When I did the tutorial for Cyberpong, it was all from my perspective. You saw what I saw, my first-person perspective. But then when I jumped in after the tutorial and went into some standard levels and did some PvP. Yes, this game does actually have some PvP, and we'll see that here at the end of the video. But it started doing all these crazy angles, and it kept cycling through the spectator mode, camera angles and whatnot, and it never goes back to being my perspective. You just kind of get that one view, this view, where the camera is directly behind me. Which is kind of a bummer, because the big cool thing about VR is seeing exactly what you see from that. Whatever. So I do apologize. You can, when viewing this on the desktop, you can actually take control of the camera and whatnot, and I guess you can manually make it go back to first-person perspective. But I guess I just, if I ever make additional videos for this, I'll keep that in mind. So here we're about to jump into the multiplayer. But as you saw, the single-player stuff, it's very like Brick Breaker or Javanoid, whatever you're familiar with in terms of that gameplay, and it just kind of moves closer to you in waves, which is it gets intense. I mean, the gameplay starts out really, really slow, but when you eventually are managing 3 or 4 of the different pong balls, and you're managing your upgrades and stuff like that, it actually gets pretty fast-paced. And the same is true for the multiplayer. So this is the PvP, and again, you're not always going to be seeing my perspective. You might be standing behind me, so it might look like I'm actually not winning. He got a point, but we were watching from his perspective. Or no, I think we were watching from my perspective. It's kind of confusing. Just, you'll notice the score. I guess you look at the camera perspective and then my in-game perspective, and you'll notice my motions matching up. That's how you can tell who is who, because we both end up picking the same character. We're both this blue guy, so it makes it very difficult to tell who's who when the camera's jumping around, sometimes behind me, sometimes behind him. But this game is actually pretty exciting. I'm not going to do probably any other videos on it unless they do a massive content release. This is kind of episode 1 of my first few mini bits, I guess is what I'll end up calling this. Games that don't offer so much depth. They're very mini game-ish. A lot of them are going to be these kind of sports titles and things like that. There's not much content, gameplay depth, but that doesn't mean these games are not really fun and have a lot to offer. A lot of these games are going to be the kind where, again, they're very sports kind of centered, so it's stuff that physically has a lot going on. I find myself moving around a lot for a lot of these kind of games, so I almost want to open up a new channel, a YouTube channel, specifically for VR fitness, and to give ratings of games based on their ability to be a good workout and things like that. A lot of these style games, like this one, Cyberpong VR, I've started wearing some wrist weights, like training weights kind of things, and they really get my arms just kind of exhausted, and they are quite a good workout. But this multiplayer, I didn't even know the game had when I originally tried it out, and so it was just really cool that it had this PvP. And so I think what what happens with the ball is, however hard you hit it doesn't really have an impact on how fast it moves. I think it always goes at the same speed. Your angle, obviously, it adjusts how it's gonna. Is it gonna fly straight, or are you gonna go with like bouncing off of walls and stuff and go with crazy angles? But every time it's hit, it speeds up a very small percentage. So it's just eventually over time, it's gonna get really fast. And so you see here that one is starting to pick up in speed. Me and this guy, we don't exactly have too many really lengthy volleys, but yeah, so there you have it. If you've got a Vive, check this out. There is a demo again, so definitely check that out since it's free. But Cyberpong VR, it's got a cool single-player aspect to it for like your just a wave-based kind of always encroaching Javanoid kind of thing. But then it's also got this cool PvP 1v1 kind of mode. So check this out, and be on the lookout for more of these Vive mini-bit videos. Hope you guys enjoyed all of it. Have a good one. Ta-ta.